Angel Gabriel never came. His wings have drifted snow, his eyes as flame. All hails that he, the Holy Mary, most highly favored lady, Gloria, full known of blessed.
80.
You might have to say that welcome to all over again.
Oh, okay. Welcome to the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 80. We had a little difficulty with our music.
It was supposed to pause when I hit the pause button, and it didn't.
Sure.
But
Okay.
sorry for the kind of look. I basically rolled out of bed and was like, it's a snowy day. I don't feel like doing anything.
Yeah, everything was closed here. Schools are closed. It is icky out. The roads are semi-clear. My husband did have to go to work, but the kids did not. The school kids did not have to go to school.
Yeah. So boyfriend didn't have to go to work.
Yes, we did not have to leave the house, and it looks like we're going to have more of the same tonight. It's supposed to be, that's odd. The lighting changed.
But yeah, basically rolled out of bed, threw on hand knits, did some research on knitting, crocheting stuff.
We're just kind of laid back and doing our thing. So it's very cold back here, so if you are cold over there, I know a lot of you are having bad weather, cold weather.
It's not bad weather. It's just cold weather and snow and prettiness. I don't have to go to work, so it's cold weather.
Anyway, the weather is a little...
The weather outside is frightful, and yet it's so delightful. And since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
I don't know if they're still here now.
They are.
Okay.
So get yourself a cup of tea.
Or a cup of coffee, or your hot chocolate, or if you are lucky enough to be in a warm place.
Or unlucky enough.
Yeah, I like it to be cold in the wintertime for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
But if you are warmer, get something cold. And we'd love to have you join us for our podcast.
I am drinking Sugar Plum Spice herbal tea, one of my Christmas teas, by Celestial. And
I don't think you need to know. I mean, you know what I have. You could probably tell me what I have.
Yeah, chai tea again.
So,
I pulled out a mug that I don't use very often anymore. I don't know why. Being a nurse means you will never be bored. You will always be frustrated. You'll be surrounded by challenges. So much to do in so little time. You will carry immense responsibility and have very little authority. You will step into people's lives and you will make a difference. Some will bless you. Some will curse you. You will see people at their worst and at their best. You will never cease to be amazed at people's capacity for love, courage, and endurance. You will see life begin and end. You will experience resounding triumphs and devastating failures. You will cry a lot. You will laugh a lot. You know what it means to be human and to be humane. You will have the most rewarding job in the world.
Mm-hmm.
So this is an awesome mug that I don't drink from enough.
Yeah, I would take issue with the most awesome job. I think teaching's pretty awesome too, but that's okay.
It's a close second.
Not a second.
It's very close.
It's tied. Anyway.
It's a second.
Anyway, we will not go into that.
Because she knows I won't.
No, I really don't.
You'll also see me eating spaghetti bread off screen.
Okay, I am Lady Fernico, also known as Marlisha.
I am.
And I'm known...
You moan?
Are you going to stop?
Stop moaning?
Yes. I am known as Franciscan Gypsy. Oh, that makes me laugh. That makes me laugh. I was watching Nick Girls, and I think it was Leslie who said, when she said that she was somebody else, I was like, I've done that twice now. I am Lady Fernico. That's Franciscan Gypsy. On Ravelry, Plurk, Instagram, almost anywhere that's fiber related, and anywhere else I can be found as Shadowlight or Shadowlight1 or by my name. Okay.
Now, yes, as she said, I'm Franciscan Gypsy. My real name's Talia. Nice to meet you all. I'm not Lady Fernico. But contrary to what Mom might believe.
That would be weird.
It would be weird.
Yeah. We want to welcome all our new and returning viewers.
Oh, we do have new viewers.
We have new viewers.
What did I do with my show notes?
We have new members.
I got distracted trying to pick out the song, so I need to put my show notes on.
We are at 140 members.
Woo!
10 more to be 150. Okay.
Show notes.
We have 2 new members who have joined the group. We may have others that have not joined the group, but the ones that joined the group, we have Funny Mom 8, who is, I think it's pronounced Lise, Lise. I'm not sure. I'm sorry if I mispronounced
I think
that.
Lise, kind of like Elise, right?
I don't know. I always think of Liesel when I see it, but I don't know if that's right or not. So I'm sorry, Funny Mom 8, if I mispronounced it. Send me a PM or knock me upside the head on the board, and we'll fix the pronunciation
But not
of
for
your name.
side head, not me.
I said me.
Myself and I?
Cordelia Southman?
Whenever I hear the name Cordelia, I think of Anna
Anne of
Green Gables.
Yes. Call me Cordelia. Yes. So if you're really Anne of Green Gables, hi. No, we're welcome, Cordelia and Lise. We're glad to have you with us. And anyone else who may not have yet joined us, if you're lurking in the shadows, we'd love to have you join us officially. That would be great. But you can watch the way you're doing too. That's fine.
I think when I'm finished reading the Wish Song of Shannara, or the Wish Stones of Shannara, I need to reread Anne of Green Gables.
I love Anne of Green Gables. I've read it multiple times.
Especially since I'm making well, that'll come in things later.
Okay.
Toy Long.
Yes, Toy Long. We're getting lots and lots and lots of toys. I'm so excited. It's just
And I've been
awesome.
very, very bad. I haven't really worked on my toys much. My toy, singular.
I have, which is really odd for me, I have like 3 or 4 on the hooks, and I just like, okay, I started it now.
You have a really bad case of startitis right now. Or startitis, rather.
I don't know. I want to do what I want to do, and if I finish it, okay. If I don't finish it, okay. I don't know.
You have startitis.
Yeah, I need to finish some things. But we have quite a few new toys that have been entered. You got to take a look. They're so cute if you haven't already. One of the ladies, I forget who it was, the lady who had done the Batman. I think it was Funny Mom 8.
Yeah, it was.
I went ahead and put her picture in a second time.
It was the Batman because they're toys.
Batman.
So I'm guessing it must have been Bruce and then Dick when he was Batman later?
I don't know. It might have been.
No, it wasn't Azrael.
Yeah, I guess.
Because Azrael had the Bat-Az had a different costume.
Yeah. Well, in any event.
It could have been the alternate Batman where it was actually Thomas Wayne.
My point is
from Flashpoint
that I put hers in a second time because there were 2 toys, so she gets 2 chances. Because she didn't know. She's a new member, so she didn't know that. She didn't hear that.
And let us know if they're both Bruce's or if it's Bruce and his clone, or...
I think it's Bruce and Dick.
You think it's Bruce and Dick? Mm-hmm. Not that they were ever Batman at the same time.
Might be Alfred.
it could be.
I think even Commissioner Gordon has done it once.
I don't know if Commissioner Gordon ever has or not. I know for sure Dick has dressed up, but he's actually been Batman for a while.
I wonder if Lucius has done it.
I don't think the coloring's off.
You can't see the coloring.
Yeah, you can. He has the bottom part of his face.
Yeah, that's true. He does have that. He does have that.
I mean, you would totally see that.
Yeah, you would see that. Unless, of course, it's dark and creepy. But anyway, yeah, Lucius, and provided they keep him African American and not.
Well, he always has been.
I don't know. I've only seen
traditionally.
I've only seen Lucius in the movies. So.
Traditionally, he's always been.
Anyway, that's our geeking out for now. The toy long is going really well. We have about another 2 weeks before we close it out on the 31st. Which means midnight of the 31st.
Which means it's a little less than 2 weeks until I start another sweater, so I really should get cracking on the orange one. Right.
So, but that's not toys. That's a sweater. A sweater is not a toy. Next time you stick your tongue out, I'm gonna it's gonna freeze that way. She's a snake. Anyway, if you catch her tongue, you'll see it's forked. Anyway, so we have the. I'm sorry, this is awfully convoluted because of interruptions, but
yeah, I wish that person would stop interrupting.
We have
it's really rude.
October 1st to December 31st as the finishing point for the toys. They can be started as of January 1st of 2013, but they cannot be finished before October 1st. They cannot be finished after December 31st to be counted for the toy along. If you finish them after that, you can put them in our show-off thread just for looking at them and oohing and eyeing. The sweater along, I hope you're thinking about it. I did not have a chance to open up a thread for that. I did say it would be a couple of weeks. It'll probably be after Christmas.
Yeah.
Saying, you know, what sweaters you might think you would be liking to do for the sweater along, and that will be more information from that will be coming at the end of December probably.
And I am caught up on, well, I was caught up on Ravelry. I think Allison came in on after I was on, so I'm not.
Yeah, I'm not too bad behind. I think some of them are yours, and some of them are responses to other people that don't require me to respond. But anyway, it's great to see so much activity on the thread. It's very exciting, and Yay. Go. How many
I think I have 3.
hooks? You have 3?
Let me see.
1,
1,
2,
2,
3.
3, yeah.
Have 1, 2, 3. So I did not work on copper.
You want to start?
I don't care.
Go ahead, Lisa.
Okay. I'm going to start with my Chihuahua because that's what I worked on the least. I did work on. Excuse me.
No.
I did work on my Cosmo the Chihuahua, who is from the Lupita Chihuahua amigurumi pattern by Paola.
Sounds like a song, Lupita
Yeah,
Chihuahua.
by Paola Navarro. I'm sorry if I didn't catch that name correctly. And I'm using a 3.75 millimeter F hook and Red Heart Super Saver solids in tan, brown, black, and white. And I did not do a whole lot on this because I was working on other things. It lives in my Lois Knitting's My Bag sea turtle bag.
So is Paola like Paula?
I think so.
Okay.
I'm not going to show you all the pieces. I'll just show you the work I've done since I showed it to you, which is not much. You can see I've started the sweater here. I was about here before, so I did about 3 or 3 inches, something like that. Considering the fact that I didn't feel like doing it, I'm kind of happy with that. Okay, and I am enjoying it. It's a fun pattern.
It's looking like a deeper blue than it actually is.
Yeah, it's not a royal blue. It's kind
teal.
of a teal blue, which I seem to be in a teal mood lately.
But you like those peacock colors.
I do. Every time I go into a store and pick up something, invariably it's peacock. It can be a peacock with a green cast. It can be peacock with a blue cast. It's invariably peacock. I don't know. It's just what I like to pick up right now. So this is what how far I got on this. Not very far. I am enjoying it. I don't know if I'll be able to finish it before the end of the toil along. It just depends if I can focus or if I feel like doing it because I'm not doing anything I don't want to do.
So there.
Yeah. Oh well. Your turn.
Okay, let me put the tea
And we are bundled up because we're in the back room and it's between 28 and 32 degrees back here, so we're a little cold. Why do you do that? She knows she's going to talk, so what did she do? She stuffed something in her face. Oh. Now, this snake never stuffs anything in its face. It takes fiberfill from the other end. Oh. He's cute.
This is what I was going to talk about anyway. This is Sherbert the lady snake. You've met her multiple times. I'm not running through her yarns because there's way too many yarns. Suffice to say, there is some yarn bee Danielle for the main part, and then there's a bunch of Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn for the rest. The neon colorways.
Yeah. And the
G hook.
The dawn. This is not the dawn color. This is the.
Oh, this is the vibes.
Vibes color. Yeah.
But I'm using a G hook. I didn't work on her much. I haven't felt like crocheting. Hence why I haven't touched the poncho at all. But she's been worked on a tad. I mean, I think I might have added a new color since I last talked to you all.
Little neon green there.
A little bit neon green. But I had her pulled out before I went to work one day, and then I decided to play Halo with Dad instead.
Oh, he was happy about that. He got Halo a couple times this past week.
And if he gets Tuesday off and there's time, I might play Halo with him again.
After the pictures.
After the pictures, yeah.
Because
the
boyfriend won't be able to come out here if it's icy and Dad's got time off. So
yeah, he doesn't come out if he has snow days. I think because he figures if it's not safe enough to go to
exactly. I'm glad he's got
to
that.
work. He'll just.
He's a very intelligent person.
But she's looking at you. And since we're talking about eyes, part of why the podcast started a little later than intended was I was looking up information about how to crochet eyes. Because I've had a couple of my older toys have the eyes pop out. I'm just sort of having them bounce in there because I can't find the backs again because they're inside the toy. So I'm trying to figure out ways to crochet the toy's eyes instead or embroidering
them too. Because to be honest, it's hard also to see where it's at when you're doing the poking of the eyes in here, when you're moving them around to make sure they're even and stuff like that. If you can just pin it and then embroider it.
So I'm looking into other options for eyes. And I found a couple of sites. I'm still not done researching. My internet decided to be a brat. And I was like, okay, well, this is a good time to start.
It's always good to have options. I mean, we may
We might still
we
use.
might still use the eyes at least for adult toys, like if we giving it to an adult. Or
But
it
if
won't be played
if we can get the crocheted eyes look just as cute.
that yeah, and some of them, Paola Navarro or whatever. I'm sorry, really. Paola. She has some really cute eyes on that Chihuahua, and she has a whole bunch of patterns with really cute eyes. So, and I've seen some really adorable what do you call these, safety eyes.
And if they're gonna pop out, if you're gonna have kids around, it's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
So, time to go back later.
Okay. My Lala, not to be confused with Laura, who is Lala.
I forget who I was watching who couldn't remember. I think it was Yarngasm, Kristen. She couldn't remember Lala's first real name.
That makes me laugh. She probably went la 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 la. But my lattice trellis Afghan, which is my own personal pattern, I only did about 3 or 4 rows on this, I think. Not because I'm not enjoying it or anything. I didn't really want to do much of anything.
After Thanksgiving, we both got this, like, we just want to sit around and do nothing.
Where is my, there it is, okay.
I had no desire to write, do anything whatsoever.
I swear, a week I just wanted to sleep and do nothing else.
I know, because we did so much baking and cooking,
but
when we were done, we were drained.
It doesn't look much different. It is growing.
It's alive.
So you can see it is growing.
I think it works really well.
I like it. I have to see how I like the. I mean, it looks like, I guess it's going to turn out all right after all. It's not what I wanted. I'm using an H-hook for this, and I'm using the Hobby Lobby, actually it's a Danielle yarn in the Dawn colorway for this variegated part on the bottom. And up here, it's my stash yarn. It's Impeccable, I think. And it's a kind of a rose color. And that was in my stash.
Whenever I hear Impeccable, I think, like, I know it's not the name, but I think Impeccable Me, even though I know it's, what's the actual title of it?
Despicable Me.
Despicable Me, thank you.
Yeah. It lives in my angel bag right now, but it is bursting out the top of it. So I think I'm going to have to switch bag, maybe put it in my M&M bag that Talia got me from New York or something.
New York, New York.
But this is, like I said, this is the lowest bag. It's an angel bag. It's a very good bag. It's outgrowing, my project's outgrowing it. So I'm having fun with it. Hopefully I'll make a little more progress with it with all these snow days that I'm staying home and not going out places.
My tea's all gone.
Okay, so that's that. The next one?
Well, I didn't actually grab the full sweater. So you're just going to take a look at what I've been working on this week. Normally I show you the full sweater.
You're talking about the orange one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Autumnal, Jenny's cardigan. I moved the sleeve to its own separate bag so I could carry it with me places, and hence I forgot to pull the full sweater with me. But it's okay, because you've seen the full sweater. So it's Jenny's Cardigan by Mary Chiba. I'm calling the project Autumnal. US 4s and US 6 needles, US 4s for the ribbing. And the yarn is Yarn Bee Soft Seeker. You see me looking off camera because that's where my show notes are. Yarn Bee Soft Seeker in the Bittersweet colorway. And I'm making size 36 1/4. And it is in my Clover Bird, cute little owl's back.
That's her medium, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mediums, I don't think I really have many of her smalls. The mediums are what I carry in my purse. Is that a robin?
I think it's just a dove.
I thought I saw red.
A red would be a cardinal.
Well, I thought it's like a flash of red. Like maybe it might have been a little bit on the belly.
And we are wearing a lot of our hand knits today because, as I said, it is cold. This is Anastasia Knits Designs. The scrap shawl. And Talia's wearing her gifted pattern from Michelle, who's knit a little.
Yes.
From 3 Stitches.
And then, of course, the green sweater and the
my
matching
blue
hat.
sweater. And, yeah, so we're all warm.
I almost wore knitted socks, too, but I didn't.
I don't have any knitted socks.
Well, my knitted socks itch.
I'm going to have to look into learning how to make them.
I don't enjoy making socks. I don't even actually enjoy knitted socks, wearing them.
I'm not necessarily wanting knitted socks for my shoes. I want knitted house socks.
Mm-hmm. But this is the sleeve. So I'm almost at the point where I can.
It looks like it's still too short for you.
No, I have a bunch of inches to go. It's
Oh,
just
okay.
straightening right now.
Excuse me.
So once I get to 20 inches, then the sleeve will be done. But, yep, once I'm done with the sleeve, then this won't be mindless knitting anymore. Then this will be back to working the back where I have the lace pattern in the back. But once I get the sleeve done, I'll feel like I'm a lot closer to being done. Then it'll be finish the back, do the shoulders, and pick up stitches for the button band. And like, as you guys know from last week, I have buttons for it now.
Pretty buttons.
Yes, they are pretty.
Expensive buttons.
But they're worth it.
Yes, because you're worth it.
I am.
Are you finished?
I is.
Okay. My next project was one that I did not have last week. I hadn't really even thought about it. I mean, I had cued it and kind of said, oh, this looks interesting. And I wasn't going to start it, except I kept starting things and putting them away and taking them out. And so I said, I want to do this. So I'm almost finished with it. It's the Mustachio Mouth Pattern by Michelle Wilcox. And I'm using a 4.5 millimeter hook, which is the US 7.
And it makes me think of Poirot.
It does.
Poirot. I
I
like mispronouncing his name sometimes.
It is a mouse.
Poirot.
This is the body. This is the body. There. It's the body. And
This is a football.
Yeah.
A football.
This is an arm. You see little fingers.
Really? Oh, that is so cute.
That's the arm. This is one of the ears. This is a leg with the little toes.
Aww. He's got chubby little legs.
that was chubby. This one's not quite so chubby.
Look at those chubby legs with those little toes.
Little toes and chubby legs.
Oh, that's so freaking cute.
Okay, and then this is the other arm. And this is the head.
Mousy mouse head.
I think I'm going to have to probably embroider the eyes because they didn't say anything about getting safety eyes and they closed it up. So
either you embroider the eyes or you can maybe crochet the eyes.
Yep. And this is the second ear, and this is the mustache that makes him Mustachio. So I call him Poirot at this point. And that is a reference to Agatha Christie.
Mouse.
Yes. And his mustaches. It's a reference to Agatha Christie's detective,
Hercule Poirot. And actually, probably around this time of year that I read my first Poirot back in D.C., so I was not even in high school yet.
Right.
It was Hercule Poirot's Christmas.
Right. And I did all this since the last podcast. I had to check my show notes, not my show notes, my Ravelry page to see what the exact start date was, but it's been less than a week. So it's moved along really quickly, even on the one day that I didn't feel like doing anything on it. So it's moving along very quickly, and I'm enjoying it. I thought about doing a set, but I went, So I guess it's not going to be a set. No Hastings for Poirot.
No Inspector Japp either?
No Inspector Japp. He would be the one with the mustache.
Yes, he would, because I don't think that Hastings has a mustache.
Hastings does not have a mustache. But I'm enjoying it a lot. It's fun. And you can
Colonel Race might have a mustache.
Who?
Oh, you don't read the books, you don't know who Colonel Race is.
Oh, I know the name, but...
he's someone who helps them occasionally.
Oh, okay.
Along with, who's the other one? Inspector... Oh, I like him too. Inspector Bull? I can't remember.
Well, he's got a couple of inspectors who are more in the movies than they are in the TV program.
Well, the other inspector isn't even in the movies. I really like him. He's kind of understated. Actually, the thing that they joke about him is that he's so understated that people kind of ignore him.
Oh, okay.
And I really like him. He's in, I want to say it's called Peril End House, but it might not be that one.
Okay. Well, anyway, that's what I've been doing this week. I'm hoping I can finish this by next week to show you, but we'll see. I mean, I just don't know. I know I have to start baking pretty soon, and we have to start decorating
baking
the house.
again.
Cookies for the neighbors. But I think that's going to be after next weekend because we're not planning on delivering till the 22nd. 'cause you're off that day. And we have some neighbors that we like to give cookies to. So that is me. You have no more?
Oh, I have one more.
Oh, here's the tail started.
I have one more.
What's with my hook?
I don't know. I ate it.
Well, why would you do that? I don't know what my hook
I have my
is.
own hook here. Don't touch my hook.
Well, mine's a 7 hook, not a.
Oh, well then definitely not.
It's a wood hook. I've determined that I don't like wood hooks. I like wood knitting needles, but I do not like
Wood hook.
wood hooks.
I don't like wood knitting needles either.
Oh, there it is. It decided that it wanted to.
Be a shawl pin.
Yes.
Okay, so I started. I didn't have this one started. I don't think last week. No, actually, no, I didn't. This is called Lake of Shining Waters. Another Anne of Green Gables reference, and it is a Diana's hat pattern by Joanna Johnson, and it's from the Anne of Green Gables pattern book, I guess.
Is it a book or is it a?
Well, you can get it as a book, and you can get it on Ravelry as
Okay.
well. And it's by Joanna Johnson, using a US 4 needle. Now, they call for sport yarn. I couldn't get gauge of the sport yarn, and rather than change needle size, I just went down to fingering. Hold on. And I am using the Flock Branzonas hand-painted wool silk fingering yarn in the Malcolm colorway. This is one of the yarns I picked up from the Fiber Festival in September.
It's pretty.
So it's really pretty. The bottom, well, I guess you guys don't know what the pattern looks like. Let me show you.
Yeah, I should have shown my mouse, but I didn't. I'll have to take a look.
Yeah, you're a mean
I'll have to
person.
see if I find it.
You're bad. And this one
I am
doesn't.
not, in fact.
This actually is just pictures, so I think. Okay, so there, it's focusing now. That's it from the side, and then from the front. That focus.
Let's see, what is this off my Kindle?
And there's the back. Okay, so it's called Diana. Hat. Even though Diana was never my favorite character, I always preferred Anne.
Yeah, I did too. But
There we go. I always thought Diana was rather imaginationless.
well, that was the whole point.
Yeah.
She was supposed to learn from Anne and kind of balance Anne.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it wouldn't have worked if they were both twins. But whoops, come here. So this the little part of the hat where it sits on the head with the garter stitch area. That's is done. I'm now getting into the main of the hat. I'm just supposed to knit for like 22 rounds. So, and then I worry about decreases and blah, blah, blah. I don't even know how I decreased at that point. So yeah, it's coming along. It was funny because I was knitting on this last night while texting back and forth with boyfriend, and all of a sudden he's like, "Are you knitting?" I'm like, "Crap." God. But apparently he's never seen anyone knit, so he's fascinated by it.
Just wait till he comes to the house and sits on our couch and we're all knitting and crocheting. And
What was it that Grandpa said to Grandma?
oh, my mom wants to learn how to crochet, and my father was like, "You're gonna be just like Marlisha and Talia, sitting there knitting and crocheting all the time." My dad doesn't sit still; he's like all over the place.
But
yeah,
this hat has gotten a lot of love. I love this yarn. I was going to, where'd my hook go? There it is. I was going to there. I was going to do a more boring color, I guess, so that would go with
Solid.
everything. Yeah, it's gonna go with solid. But I was like, no, I want to work with my pretty, bright colored yarn, and so I did, and that's all I wanted to work on since I started.
Okay. All right. I don't have anything else that are hooks. Do you have anything on the bookshelf?
I do.
Okay, let's see it.
I finally finished, after eons and eons, the cable denim project, which is Irish hiking scarf arm warmers.
Yeah.
By Delia Rauchlage. Delia Rauchlakian,
I think.
and I used US 7 needles. And this is Mad Tosh. Colorways Worn Denim, that's the blue, and Cove, which is the other color.
It's very pretty together.
It is. I kind of wish, I think I still have enough yarn left over if I wanted to do the Cove again as the main thing, because I had a lot more yarn left over than I thought I would. Because I love these mitts. They fit well. These are the only mitts I'll probably stick to this pattern. This is my go-to pattern.
You should see some of the ones Anastasia's come up with. They're knitted. That might
Maybe
be the
ninjas.
Yeah.
Well, at least they ring the doorbell this time.
Yeah. The ninjas are UPS, and they have delivered the last 2 deliveries to the wrong address. So
Yeah.
yeah. So hopefully
that's not Mr. Anderson's.
Oh,
offer.
yeah.
Let's put this on pause and make sure. Sorry about that.
it was indeed the ninjas.
We just wanted to make sure it wasn't our neighbor's helper. Our neighbor is in a wheelchair and
Homebound.
Homebound. So when the UPS drops off in front of his house, he doesn't he doesn't know that the packages are there until his helper comes in.
Right.
And we didn't want his helper waiting outside.
Right.
If it was her.
Yeah, because she's very sweet, and it's not her job to do that. It's UPS's job, and they're not doing it all the time. So, okay, moving on.
So we went over my awesomeness.
Okay, my FO.
You had a FO?
Well, kinda, sorta. In my
I didn't know you had a FO.
M&M bag, yes, you did.
I did?
Yes, in your M&M bag.
Oh, okay.
My FO is actually a gauge swatch, and this is the gauge swatch for the Crafty shawl.
There it is.
And I did not make gauge, and I am not going down to a C-hook, so I'm going to have to figure out what I'm going to do.
Did it get pulled?
It might have a little bit. I will probably use this yarn for something else.
That's Aslan.
This is Aslan. And I may do the shawl in one of my No Makers yarns that I got from last year from Taya for Christmas. I have a couple of Christmas colorways. This pattern, she said she took almost the whole 425 yard skein of this Lorna's Lace yarn. The yarn that I have from No Makers is like 462 yards, I think. So that should give me plenty, even with my gauge issues, to do it. And if I don't have time, if I don't have enough to do the fringe, I'm fine with that. I don't like fringe. So, yeah, I finished the swatch. That counts, right?
Yeah.
It counts. It's a pretty swatch. Isn't it pretty? Looks kind of like snakeskin.
It does.
So, I don't know what I'm going to do with this yarn, but it's not going to be that shawl, because I can't get gauge.
So, let's see. On to autobiography, which used to be Obsessions. Well, we watched Frozen a couple times.
Yeah, well, you watched Frozen a couple times. I saw it once. It was very good.
And I've been obsessed with the soundtrack.
The soundtrack is awesome. I do not care for the movie quite as much as I liked Rapunzel.
But the singing is
But the singing is a lot better. Even though the singing was very good in that too. Mandy Moore is a good voice, but it's not Idina Menzel. So, it's just not.
You can't match a Broadway singer.
So, it was very good. I enjoyed it immensely. It was fun to go with Talia. Davina opted not to go a second time because my husband had found a couple of movies down at the local secondhand store down at the bottom of the hill, the one where we get yarn sometimes. And she wanted to watch those instead. So she stayed home, and Talia and I went to the movies, which was a lot of fun.
Other things, let me turn my page. I've been reading still the Wish Stones of Shannara. Did you come in when I was asleep?
Mm-mm.
Maybe I did take off my glasses. I don't remember it.
No, I didn't go in.
Okay, because I was reading while I was going to sleep, and I don't remember putting the book away or taking off my glasses.
No, I didn't go in because you went to bed before I got up, and I was not going to go wake you up.
I don't remember. I must have taken them off and not remembered it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's so weird. Because I know you've done that before when I've fallen asleep and you walked in and seen me like either knitting or crocheting and dead asleep. Okay, so anyway, yeah. I've been reading that. I worked on the shared story because I got that from Mom.
Yes, I did. I will get to that in a second, but boy, it is foggy out. I hope they're careful driving. the weather has turned decidedly gray and
Well, the weather's supposed to
drippy.
be even worse tomorrow.
Yeah, it's supposed to be very icy and everything. So it kind of distracted me.
Well, since we talked about shared stories, you can talk about writing.
Yeah, it's time to talk about writing. I did a lot of writing. I did about 5,000 words to the shared story before I handed it over to Talia, and then I did just shy of 1,000 words on a flash fiction. It actually was more of just a free write, flash fiction shorter, to a prompt from the Percolator, CH Percolator, which is a coffee house for writers, email and email group. So I did that. It was an original piece. It was a little bit rough, a lot rough actually, but I was happy to be writing again. For some reason, they had a kind of an Irish accent, which they tended to like, which was interesting because I'm not Irish. So, oh well. It was fun to write, and I was glad to do that. I have been obsessed with pattern stalking and pattern seeking, you know.
Which has kind of gone hand in hand with her cast on everything.
Well, I can't find something I'm interested enough in to focus on, and I don't feel like it's holiday-y, so I think I'm going to pick up, yes, that is a word, I am a writer, I have coined it, holiday.
She has deemed it so.
I have deemed it so, therefore
Number
it is. Make it so.
And then, if you haven't seen them, Make It So / Make It Snow.
Oh, that's funny. That is
thing
so
on
funny.
YouTube from Ricard. They basically took clips of him and everyone else from Next Generation and put it together, Let It Snow from that, except they made it Make It So instead. I had to laugh at the one time until Wesley shut up in the middle of it.
Yes, because I was like, just shut up. But anyway, that's digressing.
But yeah, if you look up Let It Snow Picard, you should be able to find it.
So I've been just trying to find things that I can make. I think what I want is things that will, A, be finished quickly, and B, that are a little more in the spirit of the holidays. So to that end, I've been picking up free patterns and some that are not free, and going back and looking at things that I didn't even realize I'd picked up. For example, I looked at, I think it was TMB99, I think it was, who did the snowman.
Yes, Olaf.
And I said, oh, that's cute.
Well, I call it Olaf
yeah,
anyway.
Olaf. I said, oh, that's cute. And I said, well, let me go cue it. And I looked, I already had it. I'd already bought it. So I need to maybe do some of this stuff for winter.
If she doesn't call it Olaf, you should call it Olaf.
I might, but I'm not giving it buck teeth.
Well, his mouth is closed.
Yes, his mouth is closed. So writing has been an obsession. I'm still reading the second part of The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers.
When does The Hobbit come out?
Next week.
Okay, because I know Thomas wants to go to that.
Yes, she's going to go twice because she's going to go with me too, because my husband doesn't like to go to the movies, so she has to go with me.
Oh no, I have to go to 2 movies.
Yeah.
A movie twice.
And so at least you don't have to pay once. See, we split. One of us buys the tickets and one of us buys the snacks. So it usually evens out.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So
I actually got popcorn free for Frozen because I went back to get a small popcorn for myself because I decided that the candy was too sweet. I'll probably get popcorn next time.
Yeah. Well, we'll just get a medium split it.
Well, we might want the same flavoring, so.
True.
Because we put flavorings in, and I like mine buttered.
You like more butter on it?
Mm-hmm.
That's not good for you. It's already buttered.
Fine.
I can hear her arteries hardening. Anyway,
but I went back to get a small, and they had an extra small. I guess you get with the big drink.
The children's
No, there's one that you actually get when you get a big drink. You get it free with it.
I bet it's the same size as the one from the children's thing.
It probably is.
Yeah.
It might be a little bigger than that. But it's like, oh man, I wish that size was available. And the lady in front of me who was getting a big drink turned around and said, I was just going to give this popcorn away to someone because I don't like popcorn. Do you want this?
Uh-huh.
I was like, sure, I don't have any cash to pay you back. She said, oh, don't worry, I got it free now. It's free for you.
Ah.
So I got free popcorn.
So, yeah, movies, we tend to be, at this time of year, obsessions tend to include movies. This time of year, at the holidays, and in the summer. Then the rest of the year, we don't go to many movies.
Yeah.
And my husband just kind of says, okay, fine. He doesn't like us going to the movies because he says it's a waste of time and money, because people talk and all this. But he knows that when Christmas time comes around and when summer comes around, when the new movies that we want to see, the superhero movies, The Hobbit, that kind of stuff, we're going to go to the movies. So, you know.
Is Thor out yet, or is already gone? Thor 2.
Thor's come and gone, apparently.
Okay.
I think that's what Daddy said.
I think you're right. We missed that one.
Yeah. Stash.
Other things for obsessions for me was I wrote over
All right.
4,600 words, which is about 14 pages, for Batman fan fiction. Believe it or not, it's really weird to me that no one has written any Batman fan fiction based on the Beware the Batman, the new TV show.
Right. Well, maybe it's too new still.
I don't know. People pretty much wrote Young Justice right when it came out.
Yeah.
But I don't know why Beware the Batman hasn't. I mean, because they have a character that's actually in the comics. They just revamped her for the show. She wasn't actually a Batman character. She has her own. I guess Katana has her own series or whatever.
Oh, does she? I didn't know that.
Or she has her own backstory. Maybe she usually shows up in Justice League. I don't know. I ran into her in Batman, Superman, Public Enemies. And her name's Katana, and her full name is Tatsuyama Shiro, and she's a very interesting character in the show.
Yeah, I like her a lot. She brings, I don't know, she brings a different kind of feel to it. She's good. I like her a lot. She's got a little edge to her.
Mm-hmm.
And she doesn't put up with much of Bruce's garbage.
Whereas most of the kids she takes in kind of have to put up with him. She's got enough experience behind her because they have her being
prior to CIA.
Former CIA.
It's funny because in the show, when she comes in and he finally accepts her in the position that Alfred wants to keep her in, he has her in this Michelin Man outfit.
Because this is the first time he's had a partner. It's very early in his
before
career.
Robin.
Yeah, so basically my thought process is she comes back later, like 14 years after, and gets to see, like, oh, not only did he pick up kids after she was gone, they didn't wear nearly the same armor that he wanted her to wear.
Yeah. It's funny. She's
because Robin had like those little short pants when he started out.
And tights.
Yeah.
But yeah, so our obsessions are a little bit larger right now because of the season and just because. You have any stash enhancements?
I actually do not.
Okay, my stash enhancements, I do not have them with me because they're still on my computer because they're basically Ravelry downloads. For most of them are free. I might have one or two that aren't, but most of my spending has been for Christmas gifts, and so I am trying not to spend too much on myself at this point. Although I did pick up an extra skein of yarn to go with the yarn that Knit Nerd I won from Knit Nerd, so I could make something a little bigger, and also an extra skein of yarn that I won from Sock Bunny for the same purpose, so I could make sure I have enough yarn, because I do tend to crochet a little, I don't know if it's more loose or I don't know what I do differently.
You crochet looser.
But my fabric is not holy. I mean, it's just
that you're loose.
So I don't know what I do, but I tend to need more
yarn.
You
do it wrong.
And I went ahead and ordered an extra.
But Mom, we've always known that you crochet loose because your toys always end up larger than mine with even though we use the same hook and the same yarn. Like when we were doing the
I get more bang for my buck.
Yeah.
But so that's and so I don't have that here. Autobiography. I mean, we already talked about writing. 6,000 words.
I think we've hit everything.
6,000 words for me last week, and you had 5,000 almost.
Yeah, almost 5,000. I mean, I'm sure with a shared story last night, I probably hit the full 5,000.
You probably did, yeah.
Because
she's been working. She has a shared story now, she said, and
now I'm having to push myself to write a little bit because I don't really want to write. I'm like, no, I have two things that I'm writing right now. If I don't feel like writing one, I can flip over to the other.
Right. I've been trying to get back into my podcasts. I want to get back into the podcast.
I watched a couple.
I am whittling down my my long line of behindness for them. Some of them, I'm caught up on some of them. Others, I am one behind, and I think I have a couple now that I'm two behind, but nothing more than that. You have any tips and tricks? Didactic?
Nope. When we find out more about crocheted eyes or embroidered eyes, we'll let you know. That's where we're trying to head.
Once again, we want to thank Anastasia from Anastasia Knits Designs and Patchwork Moose for their wonderful contributions to our toy log.
Indeed.
They have given us a total of 8 patterns.
Patrick Moose is a new, I
Oh.
call it a reindeer. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be a deer.
I call it a reindeer.
It's cute.
It's adorable. It really is. I saw it, and I had time to get in on the testing if I wanted to. I just don't have the time.
Yeah, I have
And
too much going on in my life right now.
She's been very, very good about continuing to ear burn me,
Yes.
even though I told her I would be very, very, very sporadic about being able to do a test.
I think I tested back when she released the Badger, but I haven't tested since.
I also don't like the pressure because hers is a little more, because she has a timeline that she has to do.
And she puts out those toys so quickly.
She does, and they're just beautiful, and I don't want to keep her back. So I will continue to watch the ear burns so I see what's going on in case there's one that I think is easy enough or I don't have anything on my hooks and needles and I can just focus on that because she's got wonderful patterns. And Anastasia has a lot of knit patterns coming up now too. I've seen some beautiful fingerless gloves. I had gone to Craftsy, I think. I forget where I went to look for something, and they had 2 or 3, I think it was Craftsy, 2 or 3 of her patterns, and they were knitted fingerless mitts, and they were really, really pretty. So both crocheters and knitters, if you win Anastasia's, you will have a lot of options. And if you like toys, Patchwork Moose has some wonderful
Well,
patterns.
if you are taking part of our toy along, I assume you like toys.
Not necessarily. Some people just want to win them. Yeah. I mean, hopefully you like toys. We love toys. Okay.
I have a feeling that TMB might 99.
She doesn't like toys.
No,
at all.
she hates making toys.
She hates making toys. She just can't stand it.
But they just keep popping off her hooks. And she can't stop herself. It's an obsession.
All right. That's it for today.
If she doesn't win something, I'll be severely shocked.
Yeah, I will be severely shocked if she doesn't win something. She has done many toys.
It's almost like every other toy is one of hers.
And it's so exciting. I hope she
fun.
continues because some of hers are originals,
Mm-hmm.
and I like to badger her to make sure she.
Well, like that little alien one with the eye stalk.
Yeah.
Is that hers?
Yes, I keep telling her she needs to. I keep telling her on the podcast that she needs to write those out when she gets a chance and make them available to us who want to make them because they're adorable and she's very talented. So. Anyway, I think that's it.
Yes, I do. And hey, how did that happen? We are under an hour. I feel like we blathered a lot more than that, but we only had a few projects this time.
Right, and we didn't do a whole lot of nerding out.
I thought we nerded out quite a bit.
But we once again want to thank all our viewers. We thank you for spending the time with us. We welcome our new members and returning members. This is the Pen, Hook, and Needles.
Keep going.
I'm not talking over that.
You aren't? Okay. Hold on. If I can get back to it.
That would be rude and not very nice.
Okay, so ending song, not going to happen.
It'll happen after I do This is the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast.
It sounded a lot better in my head.
Anyway,
that way.
Take 2 in watching Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast episode 80, and that's a wrap.